That's a huge milestone. That's 100 by 2 weeks. So that's 50 months.
We arrived His Excellency's residence for the fireside chat. After a quick chit chat, it was time to get on with the business of the day. We got 136 questions in all, but most of them were repetitive. So after picking the questions on a first ask basis, we were down to 44. To give all the 44 respondents a fair chance at having their questions answered, we decided to number each question and have His Excellency pick questions blindly. His Excellency did not get a chance to hear the questions in advance, and so his answers and reactions are unrehearsed. Enjoy! Let me bring this so that you can pick question.
This is almost like playing the lottery. Okay, number 10.
Question number 10 is from Daisy. And he said, why are you aligning with Mr. Wiki? Do you share his political ideology?
Well, you have your friends, and in politics, you all cannot, like Yoruba people will say, sleep only in one direction. I mean, we're different people, we see things differently, and also, even when you have challenges or problems, you don't always have one size fits all type of solution. You have different people with different ideas on how to solve the same problem. So I still maintain Governor Wiki has done very well for his people. I started living in Port Harcourt in 1990, and so over the years, I saw the progress, being made in there, and the real turnaround started a little bit during Governor Rotimi Amechi, but from 2015, I mean, it was a different thing entirely in terms of the development in that place, the infrastructure, and I mean, that was done during the term of Governor Wike. They didn't start calling him Mr. Project for nothing, So, but apart from that, also, I remember a time that I was looking at PDP, and I thought, oh, this party, the crisis that you have in that party, perhaps may be insurmountable. This was during Sheriff and McAfee. How do I call it? Is it? No, it was just like impasse. Everybody thought PDP was dead. But Governor Wike led the effort, all the way to the Supreme Court before PDP became a party again. So, like any of us, you don't expect to score 100%. It's not possible. It's only God that is infallible. We'll have our strong points, we'll have our weaknesses as well. So I think that's all I'm going to say. But Governor Wike is my very good friend, and then I believe he has the capacity, to to impact his environment. Yeah.
All right. That's one question down.
One out of.
We are moving to the next question.
Okay. This is 15.
Number 15. It's from Gabriel, and it says, Dear Governor Makinde, the uncompleted state of the Iwo Road bus terminal is a source of concern. It's been 4 years, and the project is still ongoing. I hope you find a drastic solution to that before the end of Q4 this year. Secondly, there is a rise in the violence of motorists, especially in the Iwo Road axis. Furthermore, I would like to implore you to increase your efforts in the completion of the Ibadan Circular Road, as the next government might not make it a priority. It will be a legacy that the coming generations in Oyo State will owe to you. Keep up the good work, and always remember you can always do better in the service of God and humanity in Oyo State. Godspeed, GSM.
Okay. Gabriel, right?
Yes, Gabriel.
Yeah. Well, the Iwo Road bus terminal is due for commissioning on or before the end of this year, which is what he requested. Yeah, it took longer than anticipated, but again, things have been happening, inflation, a few things like that, but at least we're getting to the end of that project. Regarding the behavior of drivers, all of that, it's just the symptom of, he said, oh, they are not obeying, the traffic laws, and things like that. It's just a symptom of, what has happened over the years in this country. And that's why we set up the Rule of Law Enforcement Authority. If you take, for instance, you have in other places, if you must have a driver's license, you will do a written test, you will do a practical test, and then your behavior on the road can lead to either suspension of your license or some other punishment. You may be fined if you misbehave on the road. But here, who is doing that? I challenged the Federal Road Safety Corps about the process and how you look at the chaos on our motorways. You first of all build a road so that you can shorten the travel time between point A and point B, but immediately after doing that, people will start calling you that, people are just speeding on that road, killing themselves, killing others. And now you start putting speed breakers on that same road again, defeating the original purpose. So that's where we are. We have to keep working on that. And just stay there to be different. We will sanitize our roads. If you look at, let's even say the federal capital of Nigeria, from the Abuja airport to town, on the main carriageway, not on the feeder, you even see vehicles driving against traffic. So, I mean, it's insane in other places, But the only thing that government can do is ensure that our traffic laws are obeyed, and then step up enforcement efforts. So we are moving in that direction in Oyo State, and but the citizen also will have to cooperate with the people. That's why we said, look, if you see something, report it to the authorities, and then we'll do something about it. And regarding Ibadan Circular Road, I believe the next administration will continue with that road. We are pushing really hard to complete at least the first segment, the northeast segment of that road. And well, let's just see. We hope that that first segment should be completed by middle of next year. We started clearing the second segment. It's ongoing. Design of that segment is also going. If we can achieve about 70 kilometers out of the 110 during this administration, I think it will have been a very good effort for us.
38 says, thank you for the updates. It starts with, well done, engineer, sir. Thank you for the updates. I see you've been to many places around the world in search of investors except Lagos. There are investors in Nigeria and Africa that would like to invest in Oyo State. Please just let your team come up with programs and projects that people can key into, and we know where to go from there.
Olua Sesson, okay. It's you're in this country, so it's free. As a matter of fact, just yesterday, a friend of mine came from Abuja, and they've been here for about 3-4 days. They were going to leave back to Abuja around Wednesday, but he called me and I said, look, I'll be back in Ibadan on Thursday or Friday, and he decided to wait. But unknown to him, his room has been sold, for Friday throughout the weekend. But that's exactly what happens here every weekend. Lagos people, they don't stay in Lagos anymore. Weekends, they are in Ibadan. All our hotels are almost fully booked for weekends. So, quite frankly, we do have interaction between Oyo State and Lagos State, and the road between Lagos and Ibadan being fairly okay now, has shortened the travel time between Ibadan and Lagos, and we are seeing a lot of people. But in terms of specific or targeted efforts at looking for investors out of Lagos, I think we just leave it open for Nigerians. Maybe we need to get on national TV, national newspaper, and advertise things, and ensure that our team respond quickly, and efficiently to inquiries from every part of Nigeria.
Okay, so before we take the next question, we've arranged it. Some people just sent in commendations, so I'm just going to read 1 or 2 commendations right now. This one is from Ayodele.
Will it make my head
I don't know.
to swell?
I'll be looking at you to see whether your head will swell when he reads it. As long as your face cap doesn't fly off. So this one is from Ayodele. He said, hello sir, thanks for taking time to share these letters. I appreciate them and I am pleased with your approach to accountability. May the good Lord uphold and guide you. May He provide you with the wisdom required for all your leadership roles in Jesus' name. Amen. Shalom. And that's from Ayodele.
Okay. Well, thank you, Ayodele. I am appreciative of that comment. Quite. I mean, quite frankly, nothing lasts forever. Even leadership, you know, it's being in position of a leadership is an opportunity that, you know, has been given to one to make a difference. And yeah, we'll keep pushing it up. But what's important is the next set of leaders that will emerge. You know, you must have a shared value, shared vision, and all of that. So we'll keep striving
All right, so I'll take one
on
more.
that.
This is from Idowu, and he says, Dear Governor Seyi Makinde, thank you very much for these newsletters. Like I have told a lot of people, I have never known of a Nigerian politician that sends out newsletters like you. This is my request. I wish that I could have your kind of mindset. Apparently, there is something that you know and which runs your engine, which has made you such an impactful person. This is what I want. That way, I'll be able to get the kind of results that you are getting, sir. I just need your mindset and your way of thinking and understanding, sir. Thank you. Kind regards, Ido.
Well, let me just say to you, though, it's not always um, you're not always in a situation where everything is going really okay. Sometimes you struggle, you know, so you just have to self-motivate, you know, tell yourself that even when you're struggling, you have to keep going. And I don't see myself as being extraordinary. Rather, I see myself as being ordinary, but with a lot of support structure, you know, around me. You have people that they share my vision, and then they made up their mind to support, to help. So those are very important part of this whole thing. So have good people around you, not time wasters, not people who just want to be with you because of either the office that you're holding or because you have money, or, you know, have genuine people, and there are plenty of them now.
So we are happy you have stepped down with those two questions. We are back to the grind.
Okay. This is 36 now.
Number 36. Number 36 is from Adeyanju, and he says, I will take this window of grace to call your attention to a link road in Ido LG, the road linking Baptist Secondary School to Agbo Fieti to Itafaji, that leads to Wire and Cable and Ibadan, Abeokuta Express Road. The people of these 33 autonomous communities are in pains of this bad road. In 2019, during the campaign period, you rode through these communities and told them that their road will be part of your 100 days in office, sir. And for people who know you, that once you say it, it will be so, are counting on you on a compassionate ground to see to this road. It has been imputed into the budget since 2020, and it keeps rolling over another year.
Okay, Adeyanju. Uh, yes, the message is absolutely true. I've been to that neighborhood, and I've also I promised the people that that wire and cable road will be fixed. I think they started it from the Nihot side, I believe so. But the fact that something is in the budget does not mean you will be able to do them, because budget is made on the basis of expectation. You're expecting this, so but let me say it once again, that that road will be fixed. Just bear with us in the meantime.
All right, sir. I'd like to have some water, sir.
Okay, well. We should try and take a question that is not.
Very hard.
Yes. This is this is number 7.
Uh, okay. This is from Becky. And she said, "Thank you for having the forum. I'll try my best to continue to support your government. Your government is genuine and unique as far as I've witnessed in the last 30 years. Please remember to utilize the green ground at Akpata Road after IAR and T, more plantation in Ibadan. Very large area of acres of land inside that could well be used for one of the projects you mentioned when you visited Sweden. You have done a lot to Ojo area. You need to expand to Apata area, to Omi Adio. I will speak to my friends and families in Edo State to support Asu Ighodalo. Oh, that's fast. Asu Ighodalo. I've been an advocate for Seyi Makinde for another term in office to give him chance to carry on with all the projects that he has started with his team. And this will surely happen by God's power. God will continue to protect, guide, and bless you with good health and long life through the journey of life. Amen.
Okay. Is this Becky?
Yes, Becky.
Okay.
77-year-old.
Well, thank you for your question and for your support. Well, I'm sure you probably did what you said you were going to do by asking people in Edo State to support PDP and ASWE. But at this time, we have seen the outcome, and the process is starting, to challenge the declaration and all of that. So we'll just wait and see what will come out of that. Yes, regarding more plant CRIN, that's the Cocoa Research Institute of Nigeria. It's a research institute, and I'm sure some of the land that they have must have been given to them based on their requirements, to carry out research activities. But the circular road is passing through that place. Actually, from the circular road intersection with that place, CRIN is probably just about 5 minutes away from the circular road. So development will come along that corridor, and all we ask for is just cooperation and understanding with us. We will always, like I said, when I was running for this office, I said, look, we may not be right all the time, but we will be honest all the time with the people of Oyo State, and that's exactly where we are. We'll continue to listen to you, and we'll be honest with letting you know precisely what we're doing and why we're doing it.
All right, sir. That was an easy one.
Really? This is 21.
Okay, 21. From Oluwasegun. Thank you, our able governor. Please, sir, try to be checking the people working with you. If there's anyone may be sabotaging your efforts. Okay.
Well, yes, it's sometimes difficult, to know what people are doing all over the place. You have to keep supervising and keep engaging, because sometimes also people just misunderstand what you're trying to achieve. So alignment within the team is also very important. So we'll continue to strive for alignment, and also keep letting people know, even within the team, why we're doing what we're doing. But let me also say this: you have bad eggs anyway, or bad people, and legitimately they are around. If we see such people, we ensure that we remove them from the team. And if they've committed any infraction or offense, they will be punished. That's just put it mildly.
All right, we've taken 3 questions, so let's take 1 commendation.
Okay, good. Actually, the commendation.
You like it better than the question?
Exactly. Maybe we should have been taking the commendation under the.
Okay, so this one says, this is Ronke, and she said, thank you so much for your constant updates. I find the whole idea exciting. The business of governance is huge, and it's a lot of responsibility. I consider it a position of trust, but our people see it as a position of honor. It's honorable to serve, actually. I'll look forward to the milestone newsletter while we pray for God's continued benevolence on us. Thank you so much, Your Excellency. I wish you well, and I pray for your continued giant strides in all facets of public life.
Well, thank you so much, Ronke. I'm truly encouraged. Because in Nigeria, and with what we're going through right now, people are, basically not satisfied with the leadership that is being provided in this country, and so it's surprising, to me when your efforts are being acknowledged and then you're being encouraged, to do more. So I'm encouraged.
Okay, let's take 1 more encouragement to hype you for the next question. And this one is from Ola. He said, His Excellency, sir, like never before, Oyo State is witnessing unprecedented sustainable development under your able leadership. Permit me, sir, to call you Mr. Infrastructure, the builder. No more decay in the state. The rate at which development is going on in all sectors is uncontrollable. You have rekindled the hope of common man. I am looking forward to seeing you repeat this your work at the national level at the end of your tenure. God bless Oyo State. God bless my government.
Well, thank you so much, Ola, also. That's another encouraging one. And I'll still always say that, please, it's your government, it's our state, and we have to, really work together. I'm the governor today. May 29, 2027, I won't be the governor. Others will be there. But if we have that culture of, taking ownership of our government and striving to contribute our own quota to make our state better, then we're in for a good ride for the long haul.
Okay. Time to get the hard questions.
30.
Habib, it's the name of the person who sent this in. Kudos to your government for doing a wonderful job of moving the state forward. My question revolves around the roadmap for the solid mineral sector. I've been following developments in other sectors, but scanty updates about the solid mineral space. I would like for you to give an update on what the government is doing to get the sector going in your fireside chat. Regards.
Well, the solid minerals sector is a sector that you have. It's woolly a little bit because solid minerals is on the exclusive list. It's the responsibility of the federal government to license organizations and people, to explore and exploit the resources. But the effect or the aftermath of that exploration and exploitation sits with the state. Uh, Environmental issues, you know. So it's a little bit slippery and difficult terrain just because we have not gotten it right in terms of structure on how to handle that. And we have a huge amount of leakages, revenue leakages from that sector. But we are engaging with the federal government, to work together with us because there's a nexus between that solid mineral sector and security. Once you are not able to control what is happening in there, before you know it, bandits are coming, illegal miners are coming, they will protect their own environment, small arms, proliferation, all of those things, are together. But efforts are ongoing. We've set up PMDC, which is a Paysetter Mineral Development Corporation. We think it is going to be to Oyo State what Daewoo is to Korea, but it takes time, to incubate. If you remember that the number 3 pillar on our roadmap for sustainable development, for accelerated development in our first tenure, we had the expansion of our economy through, expansion and development of our infrastructure. But for sustainable development, we added solid minerals and tourism. So it's been like 16, 17 months of effort, serious efforts in that direction. And within the next week, we should announce the board for PMDC. And once the board is announced, then you see a lot of other activities that will follow.
Thank you, sir. Back to the ground.
Okay.
The questions are getting easier now.
Are they? Well, I mean, we're only talking about what we've done, what we're going to do, and then issues within the politics. So, I mean, nothing is being orchestrated here. So it's, yes, sometimes we just have to admit, okay, maybe certain area we haven't done well, exactly. We will double up our efforts,
Is that number 4?
Yes, number 4.
All right. Number 4 is Oluwaseun. The issue of land being overtaken by government and converted into housing estates is not in the overall interest of the general populace. If land will be acquired by the government, it should be used for the overall interest of the citizenry and not just for a privileged few. Those whose lands are acquired should also be adequately compensated. People go through a lot just to have land to build on. The state of the nation is so much worse than the government compounding our woes. Your Excellency, sir, you have nothing to lose but to write your name in the annals of great men who have governed this state. The ball is in your court, sir. I hope this little advice will be heeded. Yours in governance, Oluwaseun. Well, this is an advice, not a question.
Yeah, but I can speak to that, really. Let's take Engineer Leria de Gunjari, for instance. there's that piece of land behind BCOS. I visited the place. They had a dilapidated BCS staff quarters in there, and no staff, no BCS staff is living in there. We saw hoodlums. They were renting the place out for short term, letting people who lovers wanting where to go, they go to that place. And so what do you do as a government? You leave it like that forever? Or you go to Agodi Gardens where the other part of the garden where, yes, you had people going out there to pray, also, when they started clearing the place, almost every 20, 30 meters, you see skeletons of people that have been killed in that place. So what do? You leave it like that forever? Or if you take people inside government acquisition, let's say the circular road, for instance, people even built on the carriageway. I go there almost every time. I'm still going there today. We awarded first the contract for the hydraulic structures for bridges to be built, and even in front of people's houses, bridges were being built, and they still believe that this project is not going to see the light of the day. First, you cannot have an environment where physical planning is not given adequate attention. But this is what we've seen over the years. You will see in a neighborhood, of course I grew up in that kind of neighborhood, some building may face this way, the other one may just be perpendicular to it. Some other people, they will start with maybe 3 or 4 bedroom, and then they'll say, okay, can you just join 1 bedroom or another bedroom to it? Yeah, maybe before now, we've had to live with it, but we must make conscious effort to plan out our environment so that basic infrastructure, like gas, like water, like sewage lines, you have all of that planned, electricity. So what we've done is to have a hard break first and say, look, yes, let's stop this. Let us now start, planning our environment. And I'm a believer in, providing opportunity for people, and then they in turn will take themselves out of poverty. That is the natural path that that was my own natural trajectory in life, because my parents were not rich, but they gave me education, and then I had opportunities, around the country, and I was able to take myself out of poverty. It should be the same for people. Don't have the mentality of a poor person. Yes, you may be poor today, but think about the future. think about what is it that the government should do for you. Is it giving you land? The government can give you land, give you even build a house for you. Will you be able to maintain it? So I think we need to meet halfway. Yes, everybody will not, you won't create affluence overnight. It will be over time. But we must be focused. And let me say this, if your neighbor is doing well, don't, because of envy, think, okay, no, I must pull your neighbor down. Your own time will also come. Be positive in the way you think, so that we have a better environment. I mean, we just came back from Finland, and 50 years ago, Finland was a poor country. They were the first recipient of UNICEF aid. But today, on Index for Development, all over the world, they are probably between number 1 and number 6. It took 50 years. So we must stop all of this, maybe only the well-to-do or the privileged class are being served. No. When we build a road infrastructure, everyone will pass on it. Whether you're, so it's what you make out of it that will determine the benefit that you're getting from such infrastructure.
Okay, one more question.
Okay, number 17.
Number 17, okay. So 17 is from Abiodun, and he said, "Thank you, Your Excellency, for this newsletter and opportunity for feedback."
He or she didn't say my namesake.
I know that governance is not an easy task, and I want to appreciate you for the good works you are doing in Oyo State. While I understand the limitation of resources to execute many projects that need the attention of government, I would like to humbly advise His Excellency to prioritize some projects as they directly affect the residents of those areas. This is a road one. For instance, we, the residents of Arulogun, Igbo axis, have been suffering from bad road for many years now. I've been living in that axis since 2009.
Okay, well, my namesake. We have to, I'm glad that he also or she also mentioned that resources are limited, and what we have to do, I mean, the infrastructural gap that we're faced with, I mean, they are really huge. Well, I believe Arulogun, Igbo Oloyin axis, I believe they are in the local government budget. I'm not sure, but I will check. But when you see good things going on elsewhere, just know that it will soon get to your own community as well.
All right. So we're going to take a few commendations now. And this is from Hester Riches. And he said, "This is great, Your Excellency. God bless your heart. And like you prayed, may God show you who your enemies are so that you won't turn against your friends. Keep up the good work. God strengthen you abundantly. Amen."
Okay, thank you. And we won't even turn our friends into our enemy,
Okay, and this is Ronke. And she said, "Our society is so polarized that to build a thriving institution and ensure its viability almost seems impossible. I am glad your government has found a way through this cankerworm and is nipping all the impediments in the bud. This leads me to the way you ended this update. I very much love it. It is a prayer. You will identify your enemies and you will not turn against your friends. I totally key into this and will continue to pray for you in this regard. The business of governance is huge and daunting. With God on your side, you will achieve success and record giant achievements. Keeping on, Your Excellency. Only the sky can be your beginning. With very kind regards, Ronke.
Well, let me thank you, Ronke. But let me also say this: that without the support and the cooperation of the people of Oyo State, we probably wouldn't have achieved up to 1/4 of all these things that they're saying. So, my request, is that the people should keep giving us their support, should keep cooperating with us, and they should tell us also when they're not happy with what maybe a decision that we've taken or we're about to take. And we will try our best, to either explain or have a meeting of mind, to sort out the problem. Yeah.
All right. So we have 3 questions to go.
3 or 2?
Yes, you said 5, so I've taken
Okay.
2 recommendations.
Okay.
So we have 3 questions.
Number 6.
Okay, number 6.
I thought 2 questions and 2 commendations, and then this will have been the last one. Okay.
No. Okay, number 6 is from Wande, and it says, Your Excellency, sir, you are welcome back from the long holiday. I think this was said just then. I believe you had a whole lot of fun and relaxation away from administration and politics. The points in the newsletter are well noted. Well, I would like you to address the issue of local government autonomy as one of your main points in your next newsletter. God bless you. God bless your state. God bless Nigeria.
Well, local government autonomy, I would still say, I'm not against that type of government, being able to discharge their responsibilities. But you have a system that is not encouraging productivity. If the issue that we're faced with is just about how to share money coming from Abuja, going to Federal Account Allocation Committee, FAC, then our problem will have been minimized. But that is not the challenge. Our challenge is we're not productive. And the money that we're talking about in Abuja, that is the focus. Yes, you want to be accountable. You want to ensure that money is accounted for, no matter how little it is. But that is not what will take us to the promised land. And that's why I said, look, all this brouhaha about local government autonomy, all of that, they are distracting. If you come to Oyo State, I have a list of projects that the local government have executed or are executing. And I can release it to the public. As of the last count, we have about 93 billion naira worth of projects that have been executed or have been executed by the local government. And out of that 93 billion, about 75 billion or 78 billion has already been released. It's their money, it's not my money. It's the local government money. They are the ones executing the project. All I've done is, look, I've tried to align them with the developmental aspirations at the state level, so that we're not working at cross purposes. So I believe the noise will still go down at some point, but what is important is that we have that cooperation between the local government and the state government so that the people of Oyo State, they don't care if the road is a federal road or a state road or a local government road. They just want to drive on good roads, they want security. Whether Amatekun is a joint effort between the state and the local government, I mean, it's a functional. The federal security agencies, are we providing support for them at the state level, at the local government level? Those are the kind of things that people are interested in. We have a huge gap in the infrastructure of educational infrastructure in the state. You have a lot of schools with dilapidated buildings and all of that. When they see it, they'll say, oh, it's the state. But nobody has gone there. Is this a primary school? Is it a junior secondary school? Who is responsible? But at that time, it's the state. But when is the resources talking about federal allocation, autonomy of the local government, they will say it's the local government. So we'll keep evolving. That's all I can say. And it's also good that sometimes we argue amongst ourselves. You have clash of ideas, but at the end of the day, let it be resolved in such a way that the people, will have the benefit of a responsive and responsible government at all levels. So, is this the last one?
After this, one more.
Okay, this is 19.
Number 19. Okay. 19. Opayemi, well done, Your Excellency, sir. Please, sir, I humbly request that ahead of the Fireside chat to be included in the newsletter number 100, to graciously look into an harmonious grade level on conversion to some professional officers' cadre, and to include orientation and entry training by head of service office, so that effect, in as much there is a relevant educational qualification for such. I don't know if you understand what he's trying to say.
Well, a little bit. Yes, you have people that are converting. I mean, like a particular case was brought to my attention about maybe a week and a half or two ago. There's this individual who got employed as a teacher, but the qualification that the guy got is as a veterinary doctor. Okay. Yeah. So they're asking to be converted, from being a teacher. Now that we have vacancies that are to be filled, at the veterinary medicine units. Yeah, it is the responsibility of the head of service to ensure that all of these trainings are given, and then, but yeah, we're working together to ensure that where people can be converted, they are converted. Some of the people that were wrongly laid off, we've peeled through all of that. Some of them have been recalled. And we're also trying to fill those vacancies, that we've seen. I mean, we employ more teachers, we're employing health workers, so we just have to keep pushing.
All right, final question. Yay.
Okay. Okay. Aha. This is number 18. We picked 19 before, and then
And then
18. That's
okay. And this is Markel. I hope that's Machel. I don't know. I would like to hear about Oyo State Food Security Plan and more on farmland given to youths that are interested in farming. What are the procedure and requirements getting this? Because I've applied for this and up till now, still under processing. For how long?
well, what I would say is let the individual send the details via our feedback channel. We have quite a number of youths in the states, that have been given farmlands, and they are doing very well in terms of output. I think we are doing very well in the states in terms of the number of acres and hectares that are cultivated. Since we came in, that has been growing steadily, and just about I think 2 or 3 weeks ago, we also mandated the Pacesetter Transport Corporation, to also get into farm evacuation subsidy, and that is also being done. So I still say it's a lot of people, they come to Oyo State to buy their foodstuff, and the activities of the middlemen are really the major issue that we are faced with. So we're tackling that, and I will encourage that individual, is it Michael or Mitchell or to not give up. Send what you have to us, and then we will give all the encouragement and all the support.
All right, sir. Well, that's all we have to take within the hour, but we can't leave without this last commendation. So I'm just going to read this last commendation from Pastor James, and he said, HE, Engineer Seyi Makinde, if you get to receive my email, please let me assure you, sir, on behalf of your many admirers of good governance, that I count our state, Oyo, a very fortunate people for God to have allowed you to be in the saddle of affairs in the past 5 years now. Not only am I praying for you, but proud of the giant strides you have been making. Those beclouded by political misgivings will in later years come out of the shadows when I believe good dividends of these steps will have lifted our dear state to a place of envy amongst other states in Nigeria. Trusting God to continue to guide and strengthen Your Excellency with wisdom and clear vision, I remain your humble loyalist, though not active politician, Pastor James.
Okay, well, thank you, Pastor James, and again, thank you for all the encouragement. Thank you for all your prayers. I mean, that has sustained us this far. Please don't relent.
All right, sir. So thank you very much for the time that you've given us. Of course, we were not able to take all the questions, but we took a good number of them, which is representative of most of the questions that people sent in. So as a final word, sir, what would you like to say to the people of Oyo State, to those who have not subscribed to your newsletter and so they are not hearing directly from you? What would you like to say to them?
Well, I'll say just take ownership. Take ownership. It's our state. It's our commonwealth. I probably used to be like you, before 2002. I was basically aloof, whatever. If you say you're going to do something, you look at your government, you look at the government, and then you don't trust anyone. But I believe we've been able to build that, to bridge that trust deficit, especially in Oyo State. So I will ask that as many of our people that you have your handheld devices. There's really no big trouble. Anywhere you're going, you can get the newsletter, read, type your comments or questions, and we will respond. So I'd like to encourage more people to, get involved, participate and challenge us, and we will have a better state and a better country, if we all get involved.